I have returned, Gwydion, and am ready to eat. Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of King's Quest III to HEIR is Human. Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach grumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result. I took a little bit of quick jaunt upstairs back to my room in order to get some food for him. So give bread to just give bread. That's fine. How can you do that? Serve bread. How can you do that? Feed Manannan. You place the food on the dining table before the hungry wizard. Ravenously, he devours every bit of it. Nom nom nom. Bread. Delicious. Yeah. So I had started the episode, and then Manannan showed up and he's like, "Feed me," and I'm like, "Oh no, all the food is under my bed right now, so I have to go and get it." So I undid all that, and here we are. I grabbed some bread, and I think we're good. It's obvious the wizard enjoyed his meal as he lets out a satisfied belch. For bread? Huh. He rises and leaves without so much as a thank you. Poof. Okay. So Manannan is still now around, so there's not much that I can do until he leaves again, or he goes to bed. Oop, okay. Out of my way, Gwydion. I'm sorry, sir. Like, you literally showed up while I was climbing the stairs, so this is your fault, old man. Okay. Yeah, so now I pretty much have to wait until he does something. Don't really know how long it's going to take. So maybe we'll pause. Maybe we'll pause until he shows up again. Uh-oh, it's him again. What? What the? Why are you telling me to do something or going somewhere? It's such a waste of time. I am going to bed, Gwydion. Do not disturb me. Okay, all right. Now we can start doing stuff. So I believe that I have until 1 hour, so like 25 minutes once again. So let's go get my stuff. The cat's just there. That's fine. Get stuff. Dropping to your knees, you reach under the bed and retrieve all of your possessions. Tum-ti-tum-ti-tum. Okay, so I got all the stuff that I have, including all of the, all of the magical illegal things, the contraband. And now we're going to start and do it. Now we're going to do some magic. So we're going to go into his office. Let's see. So let's look. Manannan is very private with his study. Doesn't like you poking around. The usual oak desk. Cabinet in the corner. So it's the cabinet I want to look at. The oak cabinet has a brass handle on its door. Your feather duster is lying on top. Open cabinet. You try to turn the handle, but unfortunately the door is locked. Oh. Oh no. I don't know if I know where the key is. Uh-oh. That's where he has his magic wand. Magic wand is important. Look desk. The massive desk is made from oak. The wizard does all of his reading, writing, and Blah, blah, blah. Open desk? Is there a drawer? In the large desk only drawer, I see nothing interesting. Before you cut, you close it. Look shelf. So many books line the bookshelf. You wonder when Manannan has time to read them all. Titles cover many subjects, from ancient Arabic mythology to a study of the heavens to the philosophies of Socrates or Socrates. Okay. Is that all I get from the shelves? Take book. You glance at the titles of the books, but you do not see any that interest you. Wait, was that a glint of metal behind one large book? Look metal. Manannan is very private. Okay. Take big book. Move book. You're not close enough. Oh. Is it here? Yes. You push the large book aside, revealing a metal lever attached to the back of the bookshelf. Pull the lever, crunk. Dum da dum. A trapdoor opens, revealing steep stone steps leading into darkness. Okay, but here we still have a problem because of this whole cabinet situation. So I am gonna take a quick look here. Oh, there was supposed to be a brass key. Hang on, do I have a brass key? I don't have a brass key. I missed the brass key. Where is brass key? Oh no, is it in his room? Oh, why do I have this idea that it's in his room? Let's see. Taking a quick look here. Brass key. Come on, you stupid paragraph. Where is this brass key? Oh, I think it is in his room. I think that it is in his room. Yes, it is. Oh no. Okay, I might still be able to get it. Based on where it said that it is. So hold on, let's go quickly up there. Quickly, hurry. Okay. I'm hoping that this won't disturb him if I'm in here. Wizard is asleep. Ooh. Look top closet. You're not close enough to reach the top of the closet. Okay. You run a hand along the top of the closet. Suddenly, you touch something metallic. Grabbing it, you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock? All right, let's cheese it before he wakes up. Oh, that was close. I was worried because in my mind, I was thinking, wait, if it's in his room, is it underneath like his pillow? Because I didn't remember. I obviously didn't remember where it was. Everyone's probably yelling at me during the first episode. Everyone, if you knew the game. Okay, but we have it now, and everything is fine. And we're going to unlock the cabinet using the brass key. Look cabinet. Oh, you find the wizard's magic wand. You take it with you, knowing it could mean death if he finds it missing. After closing the door, you carefully relock it. So you always have to return the magic wand into the cabinet. Because if it's not there, you die. You could have it hidden somewhere else. It doesn't matter. If it's gone, you're dead. You are on a flight of steep underground stone steps. They curve downward toward a dim light. The open trapdoor is above you. Oh, look at this. You look in awe around this torchlit underground room. It appears to be a laboratory. A wizard's laboratory. Against the earthen walls there are rows of shelves holding numerous jars which contain strange, unknown ingredients. The shelves also hold skeletons of small animals and birds, some human skulls and bones, and other odd instruments, whose use you do not know. Against the earth wall is a massive oak table with a spacious worktop. The narrow stone steps lead up to the wizard's study. Okay. Here is where we're going to do all of our magic mischief, including falling over. Right. So, let's first take a look at the shelves. You curiously gaze at the strange jars of ingredients, the animal and human bones, and other odd implements which line the rows of shelves. You see jars of ingredients resting on labeled shelves. Shelves bearing such ghastly names as powdered fish bone, nightshade juice, mandrake root powder, saffron, toad spittle, and toadstool powder. As you might imagine, we need all of it. So let me just take a look again. So fish bone, get fish bone. You remove the jar labeled powdered fish bone from the laboratory shelf and carry it with you. Perfect. What else was there? There was toad spittle. What's a spittle? Okay, we've got that. I believe it. I don't know why I do F3. It's just easy to retype get. There was saffron. There was mandrake. What else was there? The fishbone nightshade juice. Can I just say get juice? Yes, very good. Look shelf. Fishbone, nightshade, mandrake, saffron, toadstool powder. Get. Can I just say powder? Get toadstool powder. Okay, perfect. So we got a whole bunch of stuff now. There's one specific thing that we absolutely need to make. So let's do a save game because this is dangerous. Start magic. So the original version of the game, well, all versions of the game, have a copyright protection kind of scheme to do with the manual. So in the manual, there's a whole bunch of magic spells that are available. It tells you which page to turn to, what the ingredients are, and the instructions that you need to follow. And it is incredibly important that you get them exactly right. Otherwise, you die. So the spell that I want to make right now. So I can give you a list of the spells that are in here. So on page 2, there's understanding the language of creatures. On page 4, flying like an eagle or a fly. Page 7, teleportation at random. Page 14, causing a deep sleep. Page 25, transforming another into a cat. And 54, page 54, I think. Brewing a storm. Oh, and there's another one on page 169, becoming invisible. The Roman numerals, that's why I was kind of hesitating on some of them. The one that I must do right now is transforming another into a cat. That's the one that we need to make. So, look book. Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear: The Sorcery of Old. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care, as you can tell it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan. Okay, so how do we get started? Read book? Covered? No. Maybe I need to turn to a specific page. Maybe that's just... Turn to page XXV. With trembling hands, you turn the pages of the Sorcery of Old and prepare to follow its instructions precisely. You know you must work with utmost care. Every step is critical. Each must be done in the proper way and the proper sequence. You tremble in anticipation. Wow. Okay. Very. Okay, so what we need to put mandrake root powder in a bowl. You pour the mandrake root powder into the bowl. Put the cat hair, and it has to be precise. Put the cat hair in the bowl. What's a... Oh, no! Right when I said it had to be precise. Ack! Okay, we're still good. We're still good. We're still good. Put the cat hair in the bowl. You put the ball of cat hair in the mixing bowl. Put 2 spoons of fish oil in bowl. You pour the fish oil into the bowl and keep the empty jar. Stir the mixture with a spoon. You mix the ingredients together. The mixture turns into an oily, disagreeable dough with cat hairs sticking out of it. Pat the dough. Oh no, put the dough on the table. Right? Put the dough on the table. Scrunching your nose in distaste, you grab the oily dough from the clay bowl and put it on the oaken table. Pat the dough into a cookie. Pushing the palm of your hand on the oily dough, you flatten it until it is in the shape of a cookie. After a bit, the cookie hardens. Now, we need to recite a verse. Mandrake root and hair of cat. Mix oil of fish and give a pat. A feline from the one who eats. A feline from the one who eats. This appetizing magic treat. Wave the magic wand. You wave the magic wand over the cookie, then take it from the table and carry it with you. Successfully completing the spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. Now, where is our cookie? Cat cookie! The only resemblance to a real cookie is its flat, round shape. It is hard and has cat hair sticking out of it. Definitely non-appetizing. We have to feed this to Manannan because it's going to turn him into a cat, and then we're going to be free. But it's going to be very impossible to feed this cookie to Manannan. More than likely he's going to recognize it. In fact, I was reading some kind of background lore. The cat that is already in the house apparently is presumed to be another wizard or witch that Manannan had done this exact trick to, which is kind of a neat little kind of Easter egg, I guess. None of that is actually in game or even in the manual. I think it's just people kind of theorizing, but it's actually kind of cool. But what we need to do now, if we take a look at our inventory, the next time that he's hungry, we need to feed him this cat cookie, but we need to disguise it. And what better way to disguise a magic cat hair infested cookie than to crumble it into a bowl of porridge? Crumble cookie into porridge. Porridge. The porridge conceals the crumbled cookie. It still looks as appetizing as ever. So now if we look, we have poisoned porridge as an inventory item, and notice it does not have the contraband star on it. You were careful when you crumbled the cat cookie in the porridge. It looks just like a plain bowl of porridge. I mean, it would still have the hair, wouldn't it? It would still be full of cat hair. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, so now we have our thing, and we have about 15 minutes until he wakes up. Is there any other spell that we can cast that I have the things for? Let's see. What about understanding language of creatures? Small feather from a bird. I have the chicken feather. Small tuft of fur for any animal. I've got the dog fur. Dried reptile skin. Rounded spoon of powdered fish bone. Thimbleful of dew. Magic wand. We can do that. Perfect. Right. Let's do a save before we do anything. Cookie made is going to be our save game. So turn to page 2. Okay. Put the small feather, misspelled, feather, in a bowl. You place the soft, downy chicken feather in your clay mixing bowl. Put the fur in the bowl. You put the tuft of dog hair in the clay bowl. Put the reptile skin in the bowl. You put the dried snake skin in the clay bowl. Add a spoonful of powdered fish bone. You pour a spoonful of fish bone powder into the clay bowl. Put a thimbleful of dew in the bowl. You pour the thimbleful of dew into the clay bowl. Mix with hands. You knead the ingredients in the clay bowl with your hands. It turns into a stiff dough-like substance. Separate mixture into 2 pieces. You grasp the doughy mixture in the bowl and divide it into 2 pieces. Put dough pieces into your ears. Yes, you very gently place the 2 pieces of dough in your ears and pull your hair down over them. You prepare to recite the magical incantation. Feather of fowl and bone of fish, molded together in this dish. Give me wisdom to understand creatures of air, sea, and land. Wave the magic wand. You wave the magic wand over your dough-filled ears. Successfully completing the spell, you again look at the wizard's laboratory. Hooray! I don't think this is going to be... Oh, yeah, dough and ears. It's difficult to look inside your own ears, but as best you remember, the pieces of dough have tiny bits of feather, snake scales, and fur sticking out of them. What this has done is I'm going to be able to understand the speeches of animals, birds, and fish. I won't be able to speak to them, however. The spell will last as long as the dough is in my ears. You might have noticed in some of the screens down in Ludor that there were pairs of animals on multiple screens. There were 2 lizards, there were 2 birds, there were 2 squirrels. Once I get back to those screens, I'll be able to actually understand what they're saying. Now, what else can we do? Flying like an eagle or a wing. I don't have the eagle feather because, annoyingly, it did not drop its feather. Teleportation at random. Oh, this needs a sprig of dried mistletoe. I don't have that. Nor do I have a smooth rounded stone of unusual color. Causing a deep sleep. Acorns, nightshade juice, magic wand, empty pouch. I have all of those, so let's do that. I'll do a save. Cookie made. We'll say ear dough made. Turn to page 14. I can't read the book from here. Oh, okay. Okay. Grind the acorns in a mortar. Putting the dried acorns into the stone mortar, you'd use the pestle to grind them into a rough acorn powder. Put the acorn powder in a bowl. It's a good thing I've got that bowl. Turning the heavy stone mortar upside down, you carefully pour the acorn powder into the bowl. Then return the mortar to the table. Next, put the nightshade juice in the bowl. You very carefully pour a cupful of nightshade juice into the clay bowl so as to not spill a single drop. There is now an ugly, brown, mealy liquid mixture in the bowl. Stir the mixture with a spoon. You gently stir the unappetizing liquid. Light a charcoal brazier. Making sure there is fresh charcoal in the brazier, there is a small supply here, you light it with the flint. Soon the brazier is hot. Heat the mixture on the brazier. You gingerly place the clay bowl of ugly brown liquid on the charcoal brazier. Soon the hot brazier brings the mixture to a bubble, then a boil, releasing a bitter-smelling steam. You let it boil until the nightshade juice is nearly gone, then remove it from the brazier. Okay, spread mixture on the thing says a table. Okay. You pour the bowl's contents onto the oaken table, then spread the hot sticky mixture over the tabletop. In a few minutes, it has dried to a very crumbly, coarse sleeping powder. Oh, okay, here we go. Acorn powder, ground so fine. Nightshade juice like bitter wine. Silently in darkness you creep to bring a soporific sleep. Wave the magic wand. Put the sleeping powder in the pouch. You untie the small leather pouch, scoop the powder from the table, and place it within. You now have a pouch full of sleeping powder. Successfully completing the spell, you take a look around. Perfect. Okay, so we have 10 minutes to be comfortable. So we did the transforming into another into a cat. What about brewing a storm? 1 cup of ocean water. We don't have that. And finally becoming invisible. 1 jar of lard, 1 cactus, 1 spoonful of cactus juice, 2 drops of toad spittle, and a magic wand. We have those. So let's turn to pay. Oh, let's save. Let's save first. Always be saving. What was the spell that we just did? The deep sleep done. Deep sleep spell. Turn to page CLXIX. Okay. Cut the cactus with a knife. Using your kitchen carving knife, you cut a gash in the small cactus. Juice begins to drip. Squeeze the cactus juice on spoon. Grabbing one of the measuring spoons from the oaken table, you grasp the slit cactus in your hand and squeeze it until you have a spoonful of cactus juice. The small cactus is quite devoid of liquid now, so you toss it away. Only had 1 spoonful of juice. Put the cactus juice in a bowl. You carefully add the spoonful of cactus juice to the bowl. Put the lard in the bowl. You scrape the lard into the mixing bowl and keep the now empty jar nearby to store your finished formula. Add 2 drops of toad spittle. You cautiously pour the 2 drops of toad spittle into the bowl. Stir the mixture with a spoon. Using one of the stirrers lying on the table, you mix the lard, cactus juice, and toad spittle until it is smooth and blended. And now to recite. Cactus plant and horny toad, I now start down a dangerous road. Combine with fire and mist to make me disappear without a trace. Doesn't really rhyme, but it's fine. Wave magic wand. And put ointment in the empty lard jar. You scoop the invisibility ointment out of the clay bowl and return it to the lard jar. Successfully completing the spell, you again looked at the lab. Well, there we go. So we managed to cast how many spells out of these? So there's 7 spells in total. We did Understanding the Language of Creatures and got the dough in my ears. We did the Causing a Deep Sleep, so we have that in the pouch. We have Transforming Another into a Cat. We got the Poisoned Porridge. We have as well the Becoming Invisible ointment, which I have in the empty jar. So that's all that I can do now. The others have ingredients that I... Oof. The brazier has burned all the charcoal and is now cool. Oh, I hope there's more. Because there's still spells that I need to do. Maybe there's only one that needs the charcoal. I hope. Anyway, so let's get back upstairs and put everything back to where it needs to be. Pull the lever. Bloop. Move. Oops. Grown shut. Okay. Move the book. Because everything needs to be back. You don't want the old wizard to grow suspicious of your activities. Exactly. And that's why we need to also return the wand. Open cabinet. Oh, careful. Okay, so we only need to do that. It understands what to do with the wand. And now, we're going to go return everything to the bed. We're going to return everything to the bed except for the porridge. Hide stuff under bed. Get porridge. So now all that I have on me, well, I have my dough in the ears, and that's fine, and the poisoned porridge. So there's still about 8 minutes left until he wakes up, so we're probably just going to pause, and we'll come back when he wakes up, and we'll feed him a nice little treat. Gwydion, I have awakened. I am ravenous. Fix me something immediately. Right, okay, welcome back. As you can see, he's hungry and he's awake, and we've got just the thing for him. Oh, we got a delicious treat this time. You had some stupid bread, but now we've got poisoned porridge. You place the food on the dining table before the hungry wizard. Ravenously, he devours every bit of it. Yes, delicious, isn't it? Yes. Yes? It's delicious, right? Delicious? You fooled him. Manannan didn't realize the porridge was tainted and ate the whole bowl. Brackets, how did he avoid the obvious cat hair swimming in the porridge? It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. Congratulations! Manannan will never again enslave you or the people of Ludor. At last you are free. Look, cat. Manannan will never annoy anyone again. That's not... I mean, he's a cat. Presumably he didn't lose his mind, you know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We are now free. And you can just have fun with the other cat. And everybody's happy. It is an interesting question though. Now that he is a cat, does he just think like a cat? Like, has he lost his memory of being Mananan? The answer to that is no, because he is going to be coming back in some capacity in a future game. Get stuff. Now that we have dealt with Mananan, we can get all of our stuff back. Okay, so what we need to do now, look map. We need to get the other ingredients that we weren't able to get before. So let's go here. And let's explore some more. You are standing atop a bluff overlooking the ocean and see a village to the north. The soft grass of the forest has been replaced by the coarse grass of the seashore. The trees here are stunted and twisted, by strong ocean winds. There's something on the tree. Look, tree. One of the trees has a light green colored plant growing upon it. On closer inspection, you see that it's mistletoe. Ah, yes, we needed that for one of the spells. Get mistletoe. You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has dried. You break it off and carry it with you. The eagle! The eagle! You need an eagle feather. Oh, don't like this. Don't like this at all. A stream flows by a huge dark cave. Yeah, don't like that. Look, cave. There's an opening in the side of the hill which is covered by a huge spider web. Inside, it is as black as pitch. Yeah, we don't want to get close to that. It's going to be an important cave to go into, but we need to solve the problem of the spider. What do we have here? A beautiful stream ripples through these stately trees. Now, there is an object. Hold on. Look around. Rushing stream, the forest floor. One of the ingredients was a stone of interesting color and hue. I forget if you get it from someone or if you find it. Let's go to this screen. The sandy beach is bordered by grass. A stream cuts through the grass and sand to complete its journey to the sea. Look, stream. There's water everywhere around here. I mean, it is the ocean. What? Oh, okay. So to get to, yeah, to get to that screen below this, it's actually the pier that you go across from the town. Oh, look. The sandy beach stretches north and south below steep, grassy cliffs. Let's see. See if we can just get on the beach. Woo, we did it. So if I go down here, so that's that screen again. Look, beach. The sandy beach stretches north and south. Yeah. Okay, what's up here? Anything? No. Sandy beach. Look, beach. Look, sand. Okay. So I don't think that it's on this screen. Sandy beach stretches north and south below steep. Okay, and I don't think there's anything on this side of the pier. Not yet. Yeah, okay. Sandy beach stretches north and south below. Okay, so look map. Okay, so we filled out the entire map. So I'm still missing the eagle's feather. That's important. So let's go to a screen. I think the eagle will show up on this screen. So let's go there. Oh, I can hear animals. You overhear the squirrels chattering. Have you got your winter's supply of nuts gathered? One inquires. Not quite yet, answers the other. To you? Oh, sure, states the first squirrel. Ages ago. You'd better get to it, I'd say. It's kind of funny. Eventually they may actually say something. Eagle feather! We don't care about the squirrels anymore. We got an eagle feather. Get feather. Okay, perfect. All right, so now we can get back to the house and do some more magic. And so it shall be. Before I do climb, let me make sure that I do have all the ingredients for that spell. So let's take a look. The spell in particular is flying like an eagle or fly. So ingredients, I need 1 tail feather from an eagle, just got it. Pair fly wings, got it. Pinch of saffron, yes. Rose petal essence, yes. Magic wand, yes. Perfect. So let's go back up to the house. Oh boy, do I slow it down? I guess I really should, shouldn't I? Normal, please. I think I mentioned that one of the fan remakes made it so that when you're using the map, you can actually teleport right back up to the house, which is a fantastic quality of life feature. I think I will be playing the various remakes. Definitely the official remake of King's Quest 1, the SCI version. And there is one that was created by then named Tierra Entertainment, a fan group essentially, and they made a great remake of the first game, even like more so than the official one from 1990. And they were also responsible of making an amazing remake of the second game, which they called Romancing the Stones. And they basically took King's Quest 2 and greatly expanded upon it. Like, the base is there, but that's pretty much what it is. It's almost like an entirely new game. So definitely want to play that one. And there's apparently 2 versions, 2 different remakes of this game, of King's Quest 3. And I think we'll try both of them, because why not? Because why not? Open cabinet. And, you know, don't need to put the wand back, because Manannan won't be troubling us anymore. Let's get our speed back up. Unfortunately, I do need to, once I cast these spells, going to go back down to do some other things. But we will have to come back up to the house to cast the final spell, because I'm missing that. Oh, the cat's here. The cat's here. That's dangerous. Let's do a save game. Let's rewrite this one. We'll call this avoiding cat. If you're not careful, the cat will trip you up and send you crashing down and dying. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, so the final spell, we'll need to come back up here to cast it. But for now, we are going to turn to page 4. Oops. Okay. Put a pinch of saffron in essence. You carefully sprinkle the precious saffron into the vial of rose petal essence. Oh, winged spirits, set me free of earthly bindings, just like thee. In this essence, behold the might to grant the precious gift of flight. Wave magic wand. I just realized I didn't actually need the eagle feather or the flying wings to cast this spell. what you do is you dip the feather in the essence to become that creature. But you don't need those as part of the spell casting. I could have done that before, and we could have saved so much time. Okay, it's fine. It's just what we've done. Okay, so... Oh, but this spell, the teleportation at random spell, it needs that smooth rounded stone. Oh, but I don't have that, so I can't cast that one. Oh, and I just realized the other ingredient was missing was the ocean water. Oh, and some mud. I needed to get some mud. Dang it. Okay, so we'll need to get that on our way back down. It's fine. We were going to have to come back up here anyway. So, look map. So, we're going to go to this. Actually, no. Let's go to the seaside first, because we want to get some water. Oh yeah, this one, because I think it's because it said, there's water everywhere. Get water. The water in this intertidal zone is very brackish. It's not suitable for much of anything. Oh, it said ocean water specifically, didn't it? So let's go up here. Get water. You fill your cup with ocean water. Perfect. Now, what else did we need for that spell? That was the brewing a storm. Cup of ocean water, a spoonful of mud. Okay, so there's no... Actually, will this count as mud? Get mud. With a wooden spoon, you kneel and scoop a spoonful of wet mud from the stream's bank. You carry it with you. Perfect. Okay, we're just missing the stone of strange color. And I think we get that from over here. Okay. So, we're going to save. Cave. Dip feather into essence. What's an essence? Did I do this wrong? Dip the eagle feather in the essence. Did I misspell it? Dip feather in rose essence. You might need it. What am I doing wrong? Magic rose essence. The little vial of magic essence has a delicate, sweet aroma. Dip eagle feather. Do I just say that? You might need it. Dip feather into essence. You might need it. What am I missing? Just dip feather. Use feather in essence. How can you use that which you do not have? What? But I do have the eagle feather, don't I? See? Right here. It's right here, game. Use eagle feather. Okay. Use eagle feather in essence. How can... Use eagle's feather with essence? In rose essence? What's going on? Why doesn't it work? What am I doing wrong? Dip feather in... No, I've said that. Dip eagle feather in essence. I guess I technically have two different feathers. I've got the chicken feather and the eagle feather. No, I don't have the chicken feather anymore. It's in my ears. This is classic old school Sierra text parser. You have to find the exact thing that it's expecting. And it's not very flexible. But anyway, we did it. Poof. Now I'm an eagle. Now, you may be wondering what I do as an eagle. Well, we get the spider. That's what we do with the eagle. You swoop close to the spider web and find the huge spider guarding the entrance. Taking her in your beak, you vow to get rid of her once and for all. Ugh. That's a giant spider. Even for that eagle, like, look at the size difference. Ugh. Sploosh. Get out of here. Oh, except that spider's now going to, like, become the evil ruler of the sea monster ocean spider. Your magic spell is wearing off. Poof. Okay, well now we're free to go into the cave. The cave opens ominously into the side of the hill. You have entered the cave of the Oracle. You are almost afraid to speak. Oh. Hello? The Oracle remains silent for a long time. Finally, you hear a hollow voice that seems to come from far away. I've been waiting for you a long time, Gwydion. I have sorrowful news for you. Years ago, a terrible three-headed dragon invaded Daventry and keeps the people in a state of terror. This monster requires, once a year, the sacrifice of a young maiden. Sadly, your own sister, Princess Rosella, is the chosen one this year. Time is running out for her, your parents, and Daventry. You, Gwydion, the hollow voice continues, are the only one who can save them. But you must hurry. I have something to give you, a small stone of amber. Use it wisely, my friend. The oracle grows silent again and seems to fall into a deep sleep. You attempt to thank the oracle, but the oracle does not respond. You have entered the cave of the oracle, whose image shimmers indistinctly above a crystal ball. Look, oracle. The oracle appears to be deep meditation. Look, crystal ball. The clear, polished ball of crystal rests upon a stone dais. Within it, you see a kaleidoscope of bright colors and flashing lights, occasionally blurred by dark, ominous shadows. Talk, oracle. The oracle is at a vizier, not hurt. All right, well, that's all we can do here. Well, that was a bit of news. The oracle didn't think it was important. Oh, here we go. That boy over there lives with the terrible wizard, one scampering squirrel remarks to its companion. How awful for him, says the other squirrel. I wonder how he can stand it. Comments the first. I bet he can't. He ought to learn magic. He's got to fight fire with fire. Yeah, we just did that, didn't we? I thought they were going to talk about the fact that we are actually from Daventry. Perhaps these birds will. You hear one of the birds speak to the other. See that young fellow over there? When that old wizard Manannan kidnapped him, I turned tell his real parents were heartbroken over his loss. I would think so, chirped the other bird. I'd sure miss my brood if they disappeared. Really? I thought the animals were going to would reveal to Gwydion his true identity. Maybe I need to go see the lizards. Let's go find the lizards. Or these birds. Maybe these bluebirds will say. Well, that's a disaster. Do I still have the dough in my ears? I do. Okay, quickly, birds. Quickly, talk. Reveal to me my true self. Listen. Listen to birds. If you're quiet, you'll hear them. Let me see. Oh, I don't have time. I don't have time for this. I need to get my stuff back again. Look hole. Oh yeah. Reach hole. Reaching hole. Pull down the ladder. Look in hideout. Somebody moving. Oh, figure sleeping on the chair. Perfect. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Get purse. Maybe I get a full thing of money again. Open bin. Get stuff. Okay. Count coins. 2 gold coins. Okay. All right. Look map. Let's get out of here. So basically, if you listen to enough of the animals, they do reveal a bit more of the story that the oracle told you. They would actually say, "Oh, that boy, it's so tragic. He's actually Prince Alexander of Daventry. Oh my God, what a revelation!" And then the oracle tells you about the fact that Daventry is in dire straits, and that your sister, Princess Rosella, has been chosen this year to be the sacrifice, or I think she self-sacrificed. Maybe it would be enough to appease the dragon. We have one more spell to go cast, so we're going to do that. Now hold on, before I do this, I want to check something. Fly. Dip fly wings in essence. Am I able to do this to fly up the mountain? Ah, yes. Oh, this is fantastic. Great news. All right, and now fly be gone, Buzz. Fly be gone, myself return. The impulse to buzz around has vanished. You feel yourself growing bigger. What? What? Why would I poof back up there? That's crazy. Open gate. Another use of the fly wings for that is to go into the tavern and overhear the bandits talk about where their hideout is. Let's get back to fast speed. Now I do wonder if doing that, if overhearing the bandits in that way is points that I probably have now that I'm now going to miss out on. It's fine. So we have 2 final spells to cast. So we've got teleportation at random. Turn to page 7. Grind a spoon of salt in a mortar. You place a spoonful of coarse salt grains in the mortar. Then, using the stone pestle, you grind the salt until it is very fine. Grind the mistletoe in the mortar. Placing the dried sprig of mistletoe in the stone mortar, you crush it with the pestle. Soon you have a crushed mixture of salt and mistletoe in the mortar. You remove the pestle and lay it aside. Rub the stone in the mixture. You place the beautiful amber stone in the stone mortar. Very carefully, so as not to miss a single spot, you rub the amber stone around in the mixture of ground salt and mistletoe. When you have finished, you remove the amber stone and discard the remaining powder. Kiss the stone. Smack! And now we recite this verse. With this kiss I thee impart, power most dear to my heart. Take me now from this place hither, just ruining the meter there, to another place far thither. Wave the wand, the magic wand. Okay, that's another spell done. And finally, one more spell to do. And that's going to be on page LXXIV. Put a cup of ocean water in bowl. Carefully, you pour the cup of ocean water into the mixing bowl. Light a charcoal brazier. Making sure there is fresh charcoal in the brazier. We've done that. Heat the bowl on the brazier. Whoops. Oh, that would have been death. Oh. Heat the blow. No, that's not that. This is not that kind of game. On the brazier. Being cautious not to burn yourself, you gently place the bowl of ocean water on the hot charcoal brazier. You watch as the salt water slowly warms, then begins to steam. You remove it just before it boils. Put a spoon of mud in the bowl. Adding a spoonful of mud to the hot ocean water, you slowly stir the mixture. The mud turns the water a cloudy brown. Add a pinch of toadstool powder. You put just a pinch of toadstool powder in the bowl of hot brown liquid. Blow into the hot brew. Leaning over the hot brew, you forcefully blow your longest breath of air into the bowl, whirling the brew around and around. Elements from the earth and sea combine to set the heavens free. When I stir this magic brew, great God Thor, I call on you. Amazing. Wave the magic wand. Pour the storm brew into the jar. Waiting until the liquid is cooled, you carefully pour the storm brew into an emptied glass jar, successfully completing the spell, blah, 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 blah. And that's it. We've cast all of the magic spells. And we're ready to make our way back to Daventry. So we're going to do a save. Let's see. Back to Daventry. Back to Daventry we go. All right. And I think that's going to call it now for this particular episode. Join me next time when we start off our journey back to Daventry, back home, and see if we can save Rosella from the dragon and all that kind of stuff. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you then. Bye-bye.